Precedent number 1 by Maxwell Byer.
Wang Shi Yuan,
Located in the south of a large provincial town,
Suzhou, China, the Wang Shi Yuan
is one of the smallest gardens remaining in the area. Covering only approximately 1 acre,
the Wang Shi Yuan,
or the Garden of the Master of the Fishing Nets, features courtyards adorned with shrubs, trees, and bamboos, passageways that separate the outside noise of the city with the tranquility of the garden, and pure exterior walls that guide visitors along intimate pathways. A visitor's journey through the composition of courtyards allows for the understanding of the connection between nature and the built environment, as well as the intricate Chinese detail magnified by the building's simplicity. First designed in the 12th century during the Southern Song dynasty by an official named
是禁止
an admirer of the uncomplicated and wholesome life of the fisherman, the Garden of the Master of the Fishing Nets originally served as a private residence garden. With 3 rows of spacious houses situated around a central pond in cleverly understated fashion, the creeks and halls embellished with well-crafted furniture, splendid calligraphy, and painting not only provide an intimate escape from the outside city, but also educate the visitor about significant Chinese values. Though the garden has since undergone many incarnations and changes of owners, the current garden and its pavilions, rock formations, and landscape date back to the end of the 18th century when architect
去园村
carefully studied the property and redesigned it. Well-proportioned buildings and courtyards allow the visitor to savor fully the complicated multiple relationships, the contrasts, the unexpected juxtapositions, the surprises, and the varied views that each position in the garden affords. Chinese gardens, including the Garden of the Master of the Fishing Nets, often capitalize on the layout of courtyards in relationship to each building. The Chinese landscape architects were well aware of the fact that small courts were also used for functional purposes such as lighting and ventilation, and they embellished individual rooms or building complexes. In addition, proportionality and connection with an emphasis on order dominate the garden. Though the garden does not span a large area, division into scenic sections is the fundamental measure taken to create seeming spaciousness. Thus, despite the lack of space, many landscape architects note the Garden of the Master of the Fishing Nets as one of the best examples of a smaller garden, excelling in static views, planned in a simple way.